I think that it's a very good report that was presented by the organization. I had a few concerns, though, that related to my country, Ghana. And that was because I had some news about FGM that I was very much concerned about, because I know from where I'm coming from that FGM is mainly practiced up north. And when we say the northern regions, we are talking about 3 northern regions of Ghana: the northern region, upper east and upper west. And there are 10 regions in Ghana. So if you hear of FGM being practiced in 3 regions, and the kind of percentage I heard about, there was a 75%. It was shocking to me. So I was interested in knowing what was happening. So my concern was more about the methodology that was used in sampling the people for the interview. But if you pick many people from up north, then you are likely to have the kind of results that we had. So yes, it's good work, but I thought that we should do some further studies to establish what the true facts are. Yeah, generally on the issues, I think those are real issues. Yes, there's FGM happening all across Africa. There is rape that's happening. I had a few concerns too about marital rape, because as an African, where I'm coming from, it's very difficult for you to say there's marital rape. I also thought that, yes, there are other issues that are related to sexual harassment and abuse that we should be looking at. And that was some of my concerns. Because an African, maybe I should be blunt in saying this, sexual relationships are negotiated. So I'm surprised to hear us talking about marital, did you say abuse? Yes.
Particularly centered on 4 areas, that's family planning and reproductive health. We also looked at violence against women. We also looked at HIV/AIDS and harmful practices. By harmful practices, we mean the issues of female genital mutilation. We also mean child marriages and teenage pregnancies. Now, we chose this particular place in Kilifi because there was a meeting here of the world leaders of the YMCA, the Young Men Christians Association. So we had a number of them from different countries in Africa, but also Asia, Europe, and the rest of the world. But also, this was a strategic point for us to release this report because of the high prevalence rate of teenage pregnancy in this region. It has been a challenge with the region for quite some time, because even last year, early, the network Faith to Action released another report which talked about that prevalence rate, and it pointed out that 1 out of 4 girls, young girls, teenagers, is actually pregnant or has a baby. That is shocking and has been disturbing us as a faith community for quite some time. So this was an opportune time for us to speak about that, and together with the religious leaders that were gathered here, we've come up with the commitments, we've come up with the next steps on how we want to handle the issue of FGM, the issue of HIV/AIDS, the issue of violence against women and other harmful practices, how we want to handle them across the different countries in Africa.